Hey, Reg here. So, what does it mean to be politically correct?
This is a word.
This is a world premiere.
This is a word.
Alright, so recently on one of my videos, someone left a comment talking about the fact that eventually vegans are going to, dominate. Vegans are going to succeed in their mission in stopping the use, the misuse, the killing of the billions of animals that die every year to become commodities. I responded to that person's comment talking about how that word dominate to me was problematic because it is a part of the mode that we're currently existing in, where it's about domination, it's about using violence, about controlling people, right? And I just want to point out the importance of the language we use, because we grow up in this system, right? This dominant culture where it's about exploitation, it's about using violence to control the way the world develops. And so we also have to understand, if we've grown up in that system, that we've internalized that system. You have to. There's no way that you can do it. Otherwise, everybody would be mad, right? People would just not be able to exist if they weren't somehow able to figure out a way to exist within it. So using, violent language, I talk about, like, when I was an actor, we used to, regularly use phrases like, oh, we're going to go out there and kill that audience, right? And it's not, we don't hate the audience, right? But we're using language that's violence. And in turn, if the audience wasn't a good audience, we would say, that was a terrible audience, right? They were really hostile, right? So we would set up this relationship between ourselves and this audience who were actually there to support us. They were there because they loved the theater, but somehow our language is just creating this reality where people are the enemy, others are the enemy. Right? And so just to be really careful about that thinking. And then what I started thinking about was this whole idea of being PC, right? And I definitely don't think that, we should have our thoughts policed. If a thought is occurring, it's probably occurring because at some point in our lives, an idea was planted because of the way we've been cultured within this dominant system that's based on violence, that's based on exploitation. So we should be questioning everything, not just, the things that people tell us are not PC, but we should maybe be assuming that, like, nothing we're doing is politically correct if it's born out of this violent, dominant system, okay? And so then another thing that people talk about often is, comedy, right? So comedy, it's just comedy, right? Nothing is just anything. And comedy is a part of culture, right? And culture has been used for centuries, probably since the beginning of time, as an apparatus for disseminating, for promoting, for maintaining certain ideologies, right? There was a time when if you wanted to get an audience cracking up, you made a joke about rape. And it just so happened that was during a time that we were trying to really oppress women. We were trying to get women out of the job force, and we were trying to get them into homes and get them barefoot and having babies to serve the Industrial Revolution, right? So I think we have to be really vigilant about the way we kind of give things a pass because they are just things, right? Often the things that are just are at the very center of the way these violent systems are being maintained. So that's it for this video. Like it if you like it. Please comment, share, subscribe. This is Reg signing off. Love yourself. Peace.
And I love myself.
The world is a ghetto with big guns and dick inside.
I love myself.